So I've read many books, like quite a few, and it's difficult to pick a favourite. It's one of those things where people will ask you and you'll be like, stood there for I don't know how long, trying to work it out. And I find sometimes that it's difficult. There's so many good books. Everything is pretty decent, at least from, if you think of it from a standpoint where the author is intended to do something and it's how successful they've done that. And most things succeed. Most. You may think this is going to be a bad review about something. No. You may have seen in the thumbnail that I had a book in my hand, which would be my favourite book of all time. Because I have one. I rarely give bad reviews, so there is rarely a bad book. I will give you my favourite book of all time. My name is Finn, and on this channel I review fantasy books and things along that line, as well as some tech/streaming stuff, because I have a Twitch account called GameSoundFinn. I stream over on there every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. Go check that out, link in the description. I have a lot of expectations for a good book. Not just whether I enjoy it, but it's all about having characters that are both entertaining to read about, as well as just interesting arcs that aren't too cliched. And you may think, oh, this is going to be Finn's favourite book of all time. Has he done a review for it already? And you might go back and look at the rest of my content to see, oh, which is he given the best review to? No, it's fine. I made sure that this is a separate review for a new book, which I've read before. But anyway, the book in question is Words of Radiance by Brandon Sanderson. You probably might be able to guess this, because it is one of the top review books of all time. I do not have it on me. I can't show you the book. There's no like big reveal of bringing the book out because I don't have the book. Don't have it on me right now. One of the main reasons I like this book is because of something that I don't feel is noticed as much in terms of when people review stuff. And it's the amount of set pieces that are in this. I can name like 3, maybe 4 big set pieces that you can like pull on when you talk about this book. The pacing of this book is really good. It doesn't feel slow at all, even though it's a massive book. It's like 1,200 pages or whatever. And the characters in themselves are completely fleshed out. The storylines of them are full and completely just gripping. And the character development throughout this is handled really well. There's 2 key characters in this that I feel are done extremely well. The world Brandon Sanderson has created is even more diverse and interesting than the first one. We've added onto this with backstory from Shallan, that's who takes the most of this book. And it doesn't feel spoon-fed like a lot of world building can do. Like, people will give you big blocks of text of, this is how this works, and this works because of this and this and this. Brandon Sanderson doesn't do that. He'll apply these to the situation with a little bit on top, and it's just a great way of doing world building without it seeming getting bogged down in it and getting stuck. The first book is great. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying that the first book is bad and this is why this one's better. But this one does up it a notch. It does everything at, instead of 100%, 110%. It's just brilliant. I'm going to say like brilliant and like all these like big words, well, not big words, but like positive words. I'm going to use like brilliant like 50 times as an exciting and interesting even more. Before we go any further with this review, feel free to subscribe if you enjoy this content and give a like if you're enjoying this video. One of the main things about this book is the fact that it brings characters together from the first one. And I'm now going to have to talk spoilers because I don't want to ruin the first book for anyone or even ruin the second book, because it's something that I definitely recommend you should read. So if you haven't read it, go read it, then come back to this and rewatch this and listen to this bit because it's just such a good book. I'm going to break it down into those set pieces that I talked about, plus a extra bit for Shallan. Firstly, the set piece that I one of the most enjoyed is the Shardplate duel. This is where Aelin duels for Shardplate, and he ends up getting into a lot of trouble and seems like he's going to lose. And then you have this good moment of where you're with Kaladin, and Kaladin is watching, and you're like, just go help. Go, do it. You can do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. And he does. And he jumps in to help out. And the chemistry between those two characters is just built on so much in this fight. They work together so well. And Kaladin puts some of his new abilities to the test in this. I'm pretty sure he ends up like breaking his legs or something. Yeah, he does, doesn't he? Because he jumps and lashes himself. Yeah, but they heal quicker, so it's. But it's just a great fight, and the action that Brandon Sanderson manages to write is just brilliant. And obviously, at the end of this fight, I'm getting chills right now. Jesus. At the end of this fight, Kaladin falls. Not literal. Not like he asks for a boon, even though he's a Dark-Eyed. And the issue with this is that, obviously, in the books, Dark-Eyes are seen as lesser, and they're not really permitted a boon in this. It's only Aelin which should have been allowed, and it kind of ruins their plan. But it's not too far a stretch from his character. You don't get annoyed that his character's been handled poorly. You were kind of expecting this. And so when this happens, this kind of instigates Kaladin's like development throughout this book, and it's such a great moment. Not the boon. The boon is like, what? Why? Even though you kind of expected it, but the fight, brilliant. The second of the like set pieces is the chasm scenes where Shallan and Kaladin fall down into the chasms and have to like trek to find their way out back to the war camps. This one's good because you kind of build on that relationship between Kaladin and Shallan, who in the first book were like completely separate places of the world, and now they're like not together, but like you get to see them react to each other and what they think, because you'll get chapters where it'll be from Shallan's point of view, and it will give you her description of Kaladin and what she thinks of him, and obviously vice versa. And it's just very entertaining because you follow these characters throughout the entirety of the first book. Not only this, but in the chasms, they are confronted by a chasm fiend, and very fun, very good action. I just like, and they kind of talk. One of the things, I don't want to talk about too much because I feel like I can't do it justice, and that if you really want to experience this, read it yourself. You need to. But the kind of mental health stuff he does extremely well in this, and you get those talks between Kaladin and Shallan about like their trauma and how they kind of deal with it, and it's just brilliant. It's just great like character work there. And finally, the final battle with the Parshendi. Kaladin fulfills his arc that was kind of set up with that kind of downfall in that fight at the beginning. Well, I say the beginning, it's like halfway through, but that fight that happens, and then here he accepts what's like happened, and he fulfills that. He accepts himself, and he just becomes, I think, just gets even more powerful basically. And there's a battle between him and Szeth in the sky. It's amazing. Like, the great thing about this scene is it puts all those abilities that I kind of mentioned that Radiance can do to the test, and you have this action-packed scene of these characters using these abilities in such amazing and interesting ways, and it's just beautiful. It's great. I actually love it. My final points on this book is that it's brilliant. Once again, I think you can count how many times, I don't even know how many times I've used that word, but it's just brilliant. It's my favourite book of all time, and like I can't stress it enough. You need to read this book. Obviously, read the first one first. Don't skip and read the second one. That makes no sense. Why would you do that? Why are you doing that? But these characters are amazing, and the way they're described and their actions just befit their characters so much, and you understand them. I'm in the process of reading the fourth one right now. I'm about halfway through. Still haven't finished. Like I said, still haven't finished it, even though it came out in November, because I've been reading like 6 other books as well. But I do recommend them, and I will let you know my stuff on the third one, and hopefully then on the fourth one. Like I said, characters are amazing, and the world that's created complements these characters in such a great way. If you'd like to know a score for this book, seeing as I gave Way of Kings like high 90s out of 100, this is gonna have to have 100 out of 100. I'm going to be biased about this book. You can at me at it all you want. I'm going to be biased about this book. This is the only one I'm going to give top score. I think. We might. Don't know, but we might have a different one. Anyway, enjoyed what you watched. I have other videos on the channel. You can watch the video of the first review. I'll leave a link for it up here, I think. I don't know why I'm pointing, but yeah, we'll put a link up there for the first one. And make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Comment your favourite book down below. And remember, I've also got a Twitch channel. I'll leave a link for that down in the description below. Go over, check that out. I stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.